Hey, I'm Nikki. Welcome to this video where we are going to talk about burnout. I am going to give you a framework that you can use to make a decision if you gotta quit or you should stay in your job. When you're feeling burnout or when you think that you are burned out, it's rarely clear yes or no decision because burnout, and I felt it myself, burnout is a mixture of many different things like fear, uncertainty, exhaustion, guilt, even. And that small part of you probably still think that, oh, things will get better at your job. So instead of rushing into the decision to quit, I want you to start getting curious about what kind of pain is this? Like, sit with it and analyze it a little bit more. And here's how you can do it. First, you need to decide if it's a situational or chronic burnout. Not all burnout is created equal. Situational burnout comes from temporary chaos. Could be poor leadership, workload spikes, a challenging project, or organizational restructuring. And these things can shift. They are basically environmental variables that might improve over time. Or if you set better boundaries, or maybe if the team dynamics change. So if you still see sign of possibilities, like you have supportive peers and a good manager, room to grow and meaningful work, making a difference, an impact, that is useful information that is very important to know and recognize, because it will tell you that there is still something that you can work with and it's worth to stay. But if the pain turns chronic, meaning if your nervous system doesn't relax even on your days off, if you stopped recognizing yourself, or if your body is telling you through physical symptoms that it cannot keep doing this, that is a different signal. That's your body's way of saying that, listen, this environment is toxic, this is not good for us. We need to switch things up. And now I want to give you another thing how you can think about burnout. It's the energy return on investment, because every job takes energy, even if you love a job. But the question is, are you getting anything back? You need to think about what you're receiving in return. For example, growth. Are you learning? Are you developing skills? Being challenged in ways that expand you? Do you have relationships that sustain you? Peers who see you? A manager who supports you? Stability, financial security, predictable schedule, benefits that matter to you, respect. Is your work valued? Are you treated with dignity and identity? Does this role align with who you are and who you are becoming? If none of these things are filling up what's being drained, you are not just tired, you are being depleted every single day. And when the cost outweighs all the return that you get from the job, it's really time to start designing your exit strategy, even if it's not immediate. There's one more thing that you really need to be mindful of, and that's deciding from a negative state of mind, deciding from negativity. You should not make big career decisions from a place of negativity. When you are burnt out, your brain just doesn't function properly. Your brain isn't operating at its full capacity. And your prefrontal cortex, the part that is responsible for decision-making, planning, and long-term thinking, is absolutely compromised. So you're just kind of running on fumes. And if you're running on fumes, you cannot really make a proper strategy, a proper exit, right? So before you leave or rage quit or do anything hasty, you actually need to fix your baseline stability. And what is your baseline stability? Like basically how you feel physically. And how can you do that? Well, there are a few things that you need to focus on to restore your baseline stability. First, sleep. Not just quantity, but quality. Your nervous system needs rest to recalibrate. And then food, obviously. You gotta have consistent, nourishing, whole food meals, not just surviving, snacking, and chips between meetings. And then movement. If you're like me, working from home or working from an office, then it's very likely that you sit all day long. So you really need to move your body. Like even 30 minutes of exercise will be a huge help, because your body really needs to discharge this stress that was accumulated in you. And then nervous system recovery. And this might look different for everybody. Some of the things that you can try is therapy, breath work, meditation, time in nature, or simply just doing nothing without guilt. Scrolling through social media, that's not resting. So you gotta fix all these 4 first, and then you can decide, right? Because clarity, brain clarity, and clarity around your decision and your choices really needs energy. Like you need to feel energized. If you feel good, then things might not seem as negative, right? Because when you're burned out, your willpower is spent just getting through the day. You really need to rebuild your capacity before you can see your options clearly. Okay, so should you stay or go? Here are a simple decision tree that you can do. Stay for now if the burnout feels situational and fixable. You still see signs of growth, connection, or meaning. You have supportive relationships that buffer the hard parts. The organization is willing to address the issues, and you have evidence of this. Or you can create boundaries that protect your energy while things improve. Or you're getting something back that matters to you. And then you can start planning your exit if the pain has turned chronic. It follows you home, into your weekends, into your body. You've stopped recognizing yourself. There is no energy return on investment. You are only being drained after the day. You've tried to address the issues and nothing has changed. Your physical or mental health is deteriorating. You feel trapped rather than temporarily challenged. But don't leave just yet if you are in active negativity and cannot think clearly. You haven't restored basic stability, sleep, food, movement. You're making the decision purely out of desperation rather than strategy. You do not have the financial means, for example, an emergency fund for 6 months, or the next step mapped out. Now, what restoration looks like? If you decided you need to leave your job, but you're not quite ready yet, here's what the in-between state can look like. So for example, immediately, like this week, you can set one boundary at work, just one. You can prioritize 7 to 8 hours of sleep, even if it means letting something else go. And you can start moving your body for 30 minutes daily. Like you can walk or stretch, do some dancing, whatever is your preferred method of moving. And then in short term, like this month, you can talk to someone like a therapist, a coach, a trusted friend, so you can get the story out of your head. You can also start documenting your wins, skills, and accomplishments. It will be really useful when you need to refresh your resume and your portfolio. And then you can begin passive job searching. You can update your LinkedIn profile, browse openings, talk to recruiters. You don't need to apply just yet. You should just gather some information, like what's out there. And in medium term, in 2-3 months, you need to build your financial runway if possible. Even small amounts can help. You should start networking strategically. Like you can reach out to people in roles you are curious about. Clarify what you do want in your next role, not just what you want to escape. And when you are ready to apply, please apply with intention, not out of desperation. Like an interview is a two-way street. You're not just getting away from one bad situation and get into another terrible situation. Like you want to find a mutual fit, like something that is really going to work for you for many, many years to come. And you really should start negotiating from your worth and not from your burnout. So stop being desperate. They are lucky to have you. Yeah. So the bottom line is, if you are feeling burnout and wondering whether you stay or go, start by asking, is this situational or chronic? What's my energy ROI? Am I making this decision from clarity or negativity? Your body already knows the answer. But the real question is if you are listening to your body. And if the answer is yes, it's time to go, that's okay. You are not failing. We should feel okay to leave something that doesn't work for us, that does not support us. But before making any hasty decision, you really need to restore your baseline stability, because if you're not feeling physically well, then you shouldn't make this rushed decision. You and I, we all deserve a job that doesn't cost our health. So if this video really resonated with you, you should know that you're not alone. I've been in this situation actually 2 times already in my career. Once when I was an investment banker, and once when I was a designer already. If you need help figuring out your next move, feel free to reach out. Because sometimes, the hardest part is just giving yourself the permission to reimagine what's possible. Thanks for watching. See you next time. And please subscribe. Bye.